Hello and welcome to Wingin It. So we are back once more. We have another knockout game here from the Indian Skimmer Skirmish. And yeah, we're safely into round 3. So last couple of videos from this tournament were the round 2 matches against Dr. Grainslove. So yeah, if you haven't seen those already, I would definitely recommend you go check those out. I will link those in the top right hand corner. But yeah, we got through that safely in the end, 2-0. And yeah, I promised a tricky opponent here in round 3, and I think I'm about to deliver on that. So yeah, we are up here against Grackle and Oakbrand. At the time, I didn't know who I was going to be facing, but yeah, I knew it was going to be either Grackle and Oakbrand or Davim, and of course those are two very strong players, two very experienced players from the tournament's Discord server. So yeah, not the kind of players I would like to be facing off against here in round 3, but you know, in tournaments, you're going to have to play against some tricky opponents sooner or later. So, yeah, hopefully I can get these out of the way earlier rather than later in the tournament. So, we're going second here in this first of a best of 3. So, yeah, our opponent's pick. So, let's take a look here at what we've got here in the starting hands. And yeah, we've got the Condor again. Condor always seems to find its way into my starting hands these days. So yeah, maybe not the time and place for Condor here, because we do actually have a couple of nice brown powers here. So we'll take a look at the bonus cards. So Viticulturalist, okay. Viticulturalist, definitely better than Backyard Birder. It definitely works quite well, I think, here with the starting hand. So yeah, Cardinal looks to be instant keep for me there. Obviously good brown power against some extra food. And actually, also egg space, so that is potentially going to come into play for a couple of end of rounds. Mallard as well feels pretty safe. So let's take a look. What did they keep? Okay, 3 birds. 3 birds, 2 food. Okay, I wonder. Normally, if you keep 3 birds, you're not really super interested in what's in the tray. I think that's a sign of a pretty good starting hand. You kind of want to play those birds you've got before taking stuff from the tray. So who knows? Maybe that chickadee might still be there. That might be something to take into account. Maybe as a second forest bird, again, does help potentially with that second and a round guard as well. So yeah, Cardinal's a must. I think Mallard is a must as well. 2 good brown powers, get extra cards, get extra food. Man, yeah, I just wonder, I don't know, is it worth keeping that Finch as well? Could work. Obviously, Viticulturist is the keep here, so I don't know. I don't know about that. Feeder, yeah, I suppose I could get a seed and then get the cherry from the Cardinal, play the Finch. That's a bit slow. It's a bit slow if I'm honest. You know, I'd have to play the Cardinal, get food, lay eggs, play the Finch. It's a long time before I'm actually getting that Mallard down and starting to look at some cards. I'd much rather play that, lay some eggs, start drawing. And yeah, just let myself see some extra cards. And go from there. So yeah, I think 2 birds, 3 food, Viticulturist no-brainer for me. We'll keep those. And yeah, as I say, maybe that chickadee if it is still there, but I do think I'm necessarily going to jump on that. I have got a pretty nice brown power in the Cardinal. So it has gone, but it has been replaced with that European Bee Eater, which I do like. So yeah, they have taken cards. We're going to go grab that Bee Eater. For me, no questions asked. Lots of worms in the bird feeder, so that's going to be a good one to get down. Yeah, that's going to help supplement a little bit of extra food, I think, to support this Northern Cardinal getting some extra cherries. So I had a pretty good game with the Bee Eater not too long ago, actually. I think it was in this tournament. So I'll link that video in the card in the top right. So yeah, there you go. That played the chickadee, but yeah, you should check that out if you haven't seen it. That was a really good usage of the Bee Eater there. So hopefully I'll be able to do something similar here. But yeah, I think I'll play this Cardinal first. I think I'll play it first because I know so many worms there that I can pretty easily go and grab one of those. Next turn, I'll get the cherry to go alongside it, and yeah, that would be a good way to get things going. Get the Bee Eater down. Yeah, kickstart this grass and start laying some eggs. Hopefully we can play the Mallards, and yeah, we can go from there. So good thing no reroll, so I'll take the worm that's there in that case and take a cherry. And And yeah, I'll be getting this bee eater down. I'll be starting to lay some eggs. That's going to be really good. And hopefully, if I can get a worm from that bee eater, resetting the bird feeder, I can get the mallard down, start drawing some cards. So, yeah, I think the bee eater is one of those where it's a little bit polarizing. I think some people have a real hatred of this bird because it can be quite unreliable. It can definitely be unreliable, and I think that first activation is so key. And you know, if you hit and you get the worm, for me in this case to play the mallard, it's so good. You know, just to get yourself going, and you've got eggs and the food at the same time. But if it misses and you're relying on it hitting, it can be quite painful. It can definitely be a frustrating experience, I think, using this bird. But yeah, as I said, when I played with it before in another tournament game, it worked out a treat. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this bird. I think this is a pretty solid one, and you know, that's why I went and grabbed it as soon as it was there in the trace. So very interesting here. We've got a common nightingale in the grasslands. So I would imagine then my opponent is going to use that quite a bit. So this is one of those birds, a bit like a hummingbird from the base game, where all players are getting food, but in this case, the player activating it chooses what food that's going to be. So yeah, my opponent, they can get any food they want, but they're going to be giving me food as well. So it's very interesting that you would still go for the chickadee, knowing that you've got a nightingale in the hand that you're going to go in the grasses with. So yeah, maybe it's just they're looking at the end of round goal with the cavity, or maybe it just gives them another option for getting some food for this round. So we'll see, but I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. If I can, you know, supplement some of that bee eater food that I'm going to be getting with a little bit of food from this nightingale as well, then yeah, that's going to be a good setup, I think. And you know, I might not even really need to use this cardinal in the forest really too much. I think it should still be good play, obviously, for the bonus cards, and definitely those end of round goals. Lots of egg space, so combined with this mallard, I don't think I'm going to be short of egg space at all. So they have given a worm. They have given a worm, which is kind of interesting. And I think, based on that, I'm just going to play this mallard straight away. So yeah, do not mind that at all. I think I probably will still lay eggs before going for cards, but we'll see. We'll see. I could easily just start drawing some cards and go with that. So that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense if they're going wagtail. Okay, so yeah, wagtail, very interesting teal power, where if you use all 4 actions, you get to play another bird. So you can see my opponent, they've already used all 4 of the actions. They do still have 1 more bird in hand. So obviously they'll want to be yeah, trying to get a bit of food, I would imagine, to play that bird. But man, round 1 wagtail, that's a scary prospect. That's a really scary prospect to be going up against. Yeah, they could be filling up lots of board space, I think, with this one. But yeah, we will just keep doing what we are going to do. Luckily, bee eater gives us the worm on that one. So yeah, we might be okay for this end of round. We might be okay, because the tricky thing for my opponent is they're going to need, well, I suppose they don't need, but if they want to qualify for the end of rounds, you know, you do want to have at least 1 spare food. So if they don't have that, that can be costly. So they have drawn birds. They've gone blind off the deck. That's definitely interesting as well. So we're going to do the same. We're going to do the same. Not the kind of bird you want to see. Ring bullgulls a little bit better, so I don't really mind that at all. But yeah, we'll see on this next term. If I need to gain food and win the end of round, I will do that. But otherwise, I think I'll probably just lay eggs and chance on the bee eater. But yeah, it depends a lot on what I think my opponent's going to do. All right, have they gone for food? They've indeed gone for food. So, oh, the risk would be if they have a free bird, and I definitely don't want to be, you know, letting them play a goshawk or something like that, and keeping those 2 foods. So I think In this case, I'm going to play it safe and just take some foods. This shrike is pretty easy to get rid of. It's a terrible bird, so yeah, I think I'll just trash that. And we'll take another cherry. No, we'll take a rodent just for a bit more flexibility. We'll re-roll. We'll take, yeah, as much different food as we can, I think, here. The seed definitely could come in handy. And yeah, there we go. We've got lots of food, so not a whole lot of points on the board, but I think we've set ourselves up in a good position here. If we can play this gull, we can get some good card draw. We've already got the start of a good grasslands. And the food is definitely plentiful, which I think is what you always want to see. So yeah, definitely curious. Definitely curious what my opponent is going to play here with this wagtail. Because really it could be anything. It could be anything, and in any of these habitats, it's going to help them because they're going to need to take every single kind of action here in terms of being able to use this wagtail in future rounds. So we'll see what they do. But I know for sure they don't have a huge number of cards in hand. Okay, so they have one food left over. We do win the end of round. What did they play? Ooh, American Crow. Okay. Well, we know they're going to be hitting that grasslands. We know they're going to be giving lots of food away to us. Now, nothing super amazing in that tray. So I think I'm just going to play this gull. And then I'm going to start drawing some cards, because this is going to let me see extra cards of the gull. It's a tuck and draw bird, so I tuck a card from my hand and draw a replacement. So good way of scoring points, good way of getting rid of bad cards, drawing some replacements from the deck. And yeah, between the gull and the mallard, I'll be seeing 2 cards when I draw. I see a third with the gull and a fourth with the mallard. So the more cards you see per turn, the more chance you give yourself of finding something useful. So we go, they have laid eggs and they give it a fish. So I'm wondering, if it's just a regular wetland bird situation, or if we have got a Franklin's gull. So we will see, but we're going to draw some cards. Black-eyed nut heron is not bad at all. Bullfinch is kind of interesting. It is another viticulturist bird, but I'm not necessarily sure how much I'm going to need all of that extra food. Is it worth keeping? Is it worth keeping the woodpecker just for the end of round? I'm not too sure. Not too sure about that one. I think I will. How are we looking for egg space? Or bowl nests for that next one could come in handy. I'm going to get rid of this woodpecker. I don't think a 1-point bird is super amazing. Grackle's nice. Grackle's nice for sure. I don't mind that. So, okay, we could. I think we lay eggs here, and we start getting some of these birds down. So I think grackle. I think grasslands grackle I could definitely get away with. Osprey, okay, man, more free food. So that is definitely welcome. With a couple of fish-eating birds in my hand as well. But yeah, that's looking good for them. Get some extra food when they're getting cards, as well as seeing that extra card there with that built up. So 5 turns left. Can we get everything down? I think we can lay eggs, and then I think we play these 2. And then I think maybe draw cards again and then lay eggs a couple of times. So that sounds good to me. We're still going to get... Yeah, we're going to get these 2 cavities down. I think the Merganser is going to be good for that with the egg space. Would like to keep this bullfinch, but I would like to keep it. I think I do have a turn to draw cards before I have to tuck with the grackle. But we'll see. Yeah, I think this grackle is going to be good. I think obviously I could put that in the grasslands. And it's a bit of an insurance against just drawing cards. So, like I said, being able to just sort of draw cards, use the gull and use the mallard to just cycle through. If I find good birds, great, I can play them. If not, I'm going to need to do something with those. So having the grackle to be able to tuck and get an egg as well, just turn those excess cards into 2 points. That's pretty strong activation. So yeah, don't mind that at all. Yeah, they're drawing cards, but they're not giving me fish. So that's very interesting. I would definitely have expected them with this wagtail to maybe be a little bit more generous with the food giving, but there we go. That's their call. That's their call. Going a bit more defensive there, but yeah, get this grackle down. Quite happy to do that. And yeah, what's it going to be? I think I might have to get rid of this bullfinch. I think just with the bee eater and the nightingale, and if they do decide to use this osprey a little bit, I think I can probably get away with not necessarily using my forest too much. I think I definitely prefer to play this night heron just for the points, and maybe that's a way of getting some extra food as well when I do draw some cards. But yeah, this is looking good. Got to start with a good grassland, so we've got good card access. And if our opponent is going to keep giving away some free food, then that's just going to support everything we're doing here. So we're in a good place. It's all about the kind of position my opponent is in, I think, with this kind of dangerous wagtail setup. Because as I said, if they could use this every round, that's scary. That's a lot of potential for high score with a bird like the wagtail. But yeah, so they have got 4 turns left. We know one of those is going to be taking food. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm going to be drawing birds, I think, because that goldfinch, good for my bonus card. It's good if they do eventually play some tucking powers, but also I cannot let my opponent have that. I cannot let them have that, because if I'm doing tucking in 2 habitats, that's going to be scary. And actually, I think they just picked up the pygmy nuthatch, and I think that's the food they've got for that. So they're going to play that. So that is a tucking bird. So we'll get something off that. So we'll draw from the deck first, and then we can tuck, and we can pick that up that way. So yeah, it's going to be tricky to get down. Definitely going to need some more food access. So maybe bullfinch is still on the menu, but again, I still don't have the food to play that either. So maybe it's Cooper's hawk and then just 1 turn of taking food. I think an extra forest bird for that last in a round goal, I certainly wouldn't mind that. But yeah, I can probably ditch the ready duck. It's kind of a little bit on the late side, I think, for a bird like this. This is kind of an upgraded version of the mallard. So draw 2, discard 1 rather than just draw 1. Definitely would have liked to have that earlier, but yeah, kind of going into round 3, playing a 0-point bird is yeah, it's a little bit on the late side, but yeah, luckily we have everything still in place for this end of round, and I think presumably that's why the pygmy nuthatch was picked up as well. So yeah, they have played that, so they can take food and then they still have a spare turn to lay eggs and get those 2 eggs down on the cavity nest. So we're going to make sure we match them. We're going to play this Merganser. And yeah, 1 turn left. We can lay eggs. We can tuck this ready duck, as I said. And yeah, hopefully this bee eater can keep working for us. But yeah, I would definitely quite like to get this goldfinch down pretty soon. It's going to really help me out for that next turn around as well. Eggs in the bowl nest, as well as the bonus card, as I said. So yeah, they have taken food, unsurprisingly. And also, unsurprisingly, we are going to lay some eggs. Ooh, there we go, bee eater. Bee eater not being my friend that time, but as I said, it's not perfect. It's not going to hit every time. You kind of have to prepare yourself and accept your fate when that is the case. So yeah, this is quite a good wagtail setup. I think the only thing missing is some really good card access. I think if they can get another bird down to help draw some more cards, I think they're set, because the food is there. They're getting points in at least 2 of the habitats, as well as some extra resources. So okay, green heron. Well, the shovel is staring at them in the tray, and they have got the exact food for that. So they might be inclined to grab that. But yeah, ooh, I need to think about how I'm going to play this. I could still play this bullfinch, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I really have enough time to get that down and make use out of it, and it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one for sure, but we might just have to draw cards again. I could just legs again, because what I really want is I want a worm from the Bee Eater, but I also want to reset the bird feeder in such a way that there's at least a couple of seeds there. So if I do have to take one turn getting food to get the goldfinch down, obviously this cardinal, that can get me the cherry. So as long as I can get a couple of seeds from the bird feeder, then we're set. But yeah, heron's kind of interesting. That's not terrible with the nuthatch, obviously, and with the osprey giving very specific foods. But I mean, they've got crow, nightingale. They get whatever they want from there. So I'm not sure particularly how much usage they're going to get from this kind of brown power swapping food. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's going to be a green heron masterclass that they're going to prove me wrong. It could also just be a bonus card play. That is entirely possible, but yeah, definitely a thinky turn here, and I don't blame them one bit. I'd be very tempted by that shoveler. I think that's gonna come in handy for them, getting some extra cards. Because cards are what you need. You know, they've got the nuthatch for tucking. They've not taken it. They have given a fish though, so interesting. Interesting. And they didn't. Did they get rid of an egg there? Oh no, they did, because they had one on the nuthatch for the end of round. So okay. I think. Oh. I need to spend a lot of turns this round laying eggs because the end of round, so I don't think necessarily they have enough turns to max out all of their boldness space. Because bear in mind, 6 turns, 3 of those can't be laying eggs, so at most 3 of them are. They're only getting 2, at most 3. They're playing birds, I don't think they can max that. So I think if we can max out the boldness space we've got, I think we're going to look good. I think we are going to look good. So I will lay eggs. I think Cooper's Hawk. Sorry, you have to go. There we go. We get a worm, but also importantly, there are a couple of food there for this goldfinch. So do I have enough turns to do that? And where's it going to go? That's the other important question. Where am I going to put this goldfinch? I'm honestly not sure. Honestly not sure. It might have to go grasslands just in case we get a 4th bird to add to that, and at least, okay, it's not a brown power, but you extend your grasslands out, you get that little bit more space going. Drawn birds again, so more fish. And that time they didn't discard the eggs. So did they take? I think they took the ash-throated flycatcher. And now they've only got a couple of cavity nest spaces, but as I said, when you're running wagtailing, you don't have turns necessarily to lay eggs. If you can get eggs from playing birds, then definitely not bad. And they do have the food, thanks to the heron, to play that as well. So, yeah, I think. Oh, I really don't want to take food here because it's really not an efficient play. Okay, I want to play this night heron this round as well. So if I could play night heron, take foods, play goldfinch. I still have turns to draw cards and then lay eggs for one last time. And I think that's okay. And to be honest, I could. If I play this night heron, I could even use the night heron power to get some of the food for the goldfinch. It's just I want to time. I want to get this goldfinch down before they take food. And in all honesty, think I might be able to do that. Because that is going to get me an extra point. Yeah, I think I want to get it down. I want to get it down, so I'll take a little bit of pain here. I'll take a little bit of pain. But yeah, if I can play Goldfinch, play Night Heron, draw cards, lay eggs, I think that's a good sequence of turns here. I think that should do a good job of hitting some end of round points as well. But yeah, it's dependent quite a bit on what cards we can draw. Okay, come on, Swift. Okay, so now they might lay eggs next and then play that flycatcher. So that's kind of interesting. We might see a lot of worms coming our way then from the Nightingale, if that is how they're going to play this. But yeah, I think this is tricky because it's better in the forest for that lasted a round, but it's better in the grasses for getting extra points now. Do I think realistically? I mean, they could, I suppose, just X-spam that last round and just forget about the Wagtail. And then they could win that. I think I'm gonna put it here. Because there is that Carolina Wren in the tray, and I'm thinking of picking that up because it's the bonus card, and because if there's a bird in the tray that I might want to pick up in that last round, I could play that. Play that as a way of picking up. So they have gone for food there, I think. So that was a well-timed Goldfinch if they have done that. Because we're going to get an extra tight card. So there we go. I'm happy with that. I think that was worthwhile to be able to manage that. But okay, so they do only have 2 turns left. They could get 8 eggs in the bowl nests, but then they would lose at least 1 from playing a bird. So, if I play Night Heron, that takes me down to 5. I draw cards. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, and actually, yeah. Let's just do that. I might use this Night Heron on the Grackle Egg anyway. But we'll see. But yeah, 53 points. That's not bad total. That's not a bad total. Yeah, maybe this Night Heron discard some eggs, kind of do what they've been doing with this crow, get a little bit more food. Could be a good play, but they've got a lot of kind of mid and low point birds on their board, a lot of kind of cheaper birds. But yeah, this Night Heron and the Goldfinch, and even that Merganser for 5, that definitely helps. That definitely helps kind of just add a little bit of points, kind of flesh out the point scoring here. So they have laid eggs. There we go. I did say it's going to be some worms, so... Okay, I think they have abandoned the end of round. But we are going to draw some cards. So, Killdeer. Oh, man. Is it too late for Killdeer? I think I might be able to make Killdeer work here. I don't know. Nah, I think it's not worth it because I'm thinking I could play it. I could play it on this last turn and then just X-spam the last round, but I'm not too keen on that. So, I will do this, and I'm gonna take a seed. Actually, do I want to take a cherry? No, I'll take a seed. Merganser fail. Ooh, well. Should have taken a cherry. I might be able to do this Wren now, because I could do Wren Woodpecker. That's a pretty nice way to hit Viticulturalist, so... Yeah, I think I will do that. And I should have enough food to be able to just force that, especially if they're going to give me some extra worms as well. So, I think I have the perfect number of cards as well, because I'll lay eggs here. I'll go into final round with 3 cards. I'll play the wren. I'll then have 4 cards. Play the woodpecker, have 3 cards, and 3 turns of tucking the grapple. So red-eyed vireo into honey buzzard. Not what I was expecting. So they're not using wagtail because they haven't got enough eggs. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that was planned just to rush the honey buzzard down, but I suppose, oh, maybe they're going to do a play on top of a bird. That would be quite cool. Maybe play something on top of the vireo. Yeah, okay. Well, end of round's fine. I will lay eggs here, just to be sure. Yeah, and I do want to save this wren so I can maybe play it at the start of the next round if there is something good that comes up. But I could equally just draw cards with a night heron and the merganser, maybe get some sort of food and some points, but we'll see. Come on, give me a worm, please. Please, bee eater. This is not what I want to see. This is not what I want to see. Okay, but yeah, that honey buzzard swift combo, that's quite a good one. That is a good one. So I'll see honey buzzard here, reset the bird feeder, get all the worms in the bird feeder. So there we go. Now they're re-rolling. They're going to get some worms, of course. And yeah, then they can use this current swift discard up to 5, and turn those into tuck cards. So I don't know which way this game's going. I will do a little bit of counting, as I do traditionally tend to do as we go into this final round. But yeah, so we are going to be on. We're going to be on 64 once we get those 6 end of round points. How many are they looking at? So they've got 11 down here. They've got 10 there. That's pretty nice. So what's that? 21, 28, 34, 38, 45, 46, and then end of rounds 53, and a bonus card. So I think we are slightly in the lead. But we do have a bonus card gamble to be coming of our own. So, it's whether I want to stop them getting that house sparrow, because I think that could be quite good for them. So, is it worth playing the wren? I think it is. Because drawing cards is at most 2 points. If these both, I mean, I'll get a tuck for sure, and then maybe I get one here. Wren is 0, but then if it hits viticulturalist, and I do want to play this woodpecker, I think that's worth doing. So we will do that, and yeah, I think another Viti bird, but yeah, I'll get rid of the house sparrow. Snowy owl's not bad for them. But yeah, this last end of round, I don't know how many they're going to get from that. I've just realised they didn't use the wagtail, so yeah, that was I think I would have to put that down to a mistake. Okay, another free fish, I'll take that. But I mean, it happens with wagtail. I've done that mistake myself. You know, you miscount either number of turns or number of eggs you've got left. And it is huge, you know, missing that free turn. You know, I'm assuming what they wanted to do was play that flycatcher, get the eggs kind of all over the place, loads of these cavity nests down. So you miss on that turn, that could easily be 10 points, and 10 points is more than enough to decide a game. So yeah, definitely an unfortunate one, but we're just gonna do our own thing here. I think stick to our own plan. Hopefully, come on, bee eater. This is not the time. This is really not the time. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have risked getting rid of the fish there. I am kind of anticipating that they will use this nightingale to at least give some worms, because I think with the swift they'll want to max that out for themselves. But okay, there is a tuck, so that's probably them taking cards. Taking food, I should say. Yeah, it was indeed. So Red Knot's quite nice. They might want to grab that, but they've already had their turn drawing cards, so maybe not. maybe Red Knot will lay eggs again. Come on, Tuck killed here. Come on, please. Okay, good. That's good. That means we can play this red cockaded woodpecker. That's going to get us 3 points. We're going to get 4 from the viticulturalist. So that puts us up to 83. And another bonus card, and then one final turn. We lay eggs for 6 points. 89, and I think we should be able to win this last end of round goal. So it's going to put us kind of mid-90s plus a bonus card. And yeah, what are we looking for? Forester would be good. Wetland scientist, fishery manager, omnivore. Yeah, obviously something like oologist, ecologist, ethologist. I think there's loads of bonus cards that we could score 4 or more from, so who knows? Who knows? 100 plus might be on the cards here, but we'll have to see. What the bonus card deck decides to give us. So there we go. We do get another free worm, so we need not stress over this bee eater. But yeah, we'll play this woodpecker, and fingers crossed for a good bonus card. We'll take it. We'll take it. Zoologist for 6 is very nice indeed. So yeah, we're definitely looking good for this end of round. And yeah, I'd imagine they're going to play that flycatcher, so that's going to get a bunch of eggs. And then probably one final turn laying eggs. Use the crow, use the nightingale. Oh no, snowy owl. Snowy owl. And then I would imagine the flycatcher is going to be the last play. So we might have a cheeky behaviourist on the cards here. Although I suppose if they do play flycatcher, that's not going to help for that one. But yeah, we'll just lay eggs one final time. Make sure we hit the right habitat. So we've got 5, 5, and 5. We're going to get 1 from the grackle. So I think as long as we just need to put 1 more in each habitat and make sure we end up with at least 1 on each bird. Then I think we're okay. Yeah, we're on 6 there, so come on, bee eater, 1 more for good luck. We'll take it. So there we go. We've done everything we can. We've maxed out 2 bonus cards very, very nicely. And yeah, we are going to break 100. So is our opponent going to break 100? That is going to be the age-old question. I would say probably not, given the potential miscalculation at the end of round 3 with that wagtail. I think I'm afraid to say that is a bit of a costly one there. So I'd guess, is it going to be a turn laying eggs? It looks like it. It looks like it. And yeah, they'll use the wagtail this time to play that flycatcher, would be my guess. Although, oh no, did they just? Oh, okay, it did it all in one. I thought it messed up again there, but there we go. We do win the end of our goal. They did get the flycatcher down. We go into the scores. So yeah, I don't think they look like they had 100 plus. I could be wrong if they've got some killer bonus cards, but 8 points is not bad. But yeah, we are pretty neck and neck here. We do pull ahead with the end of our goals, and I believe we have quite a few more eggs. Yep, we have a good lead there. They are going to pull it back with some tuck cards, I think, but not quite enough in the end. So there we go. It is a win for us in the end there. 102 to 88. So potentially with that 1 extra turn, ecologist, very, very nice when you're running wagtail. So that makes complete sense. Bird feeder a bit unfortunate with the snowy owl, but these kind of bonus card birds where you only draw 1 bonus card and see what you get, it's always a gamble. But yeah, that 1 extra turn, maybe they played the gallinule or maybe something like a red knot, get a good bonus card. That could potentially be enough, but 14 points is quite a significant margin to try and drag back there. But yeah, our game, I'm very happy with how that went. Bee eater, definitely a bit of good fortune having that come up. But yeah, always like to be able to hit viticulturalist, and good pick up with the zoologist at the end with that final woodpecker play. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. As I said, it's a best of 3, so we're not through yet. We have at least 1 more game to go, but we are very fortunately going to be going first in that one. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. I'll try to get that one out as soon as possible. But yeah, in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you around.